I'm happy to give an update. So we're laser focused on different areas for the ecosystem and Casper in general. One is, as you guys have seen, access for CSPR. So we're working with a dedicated team hard on listings, on-ramps, off-ramps, and in increasing the number of partners that can offer CSPR across geographies. So that's one key thing. Another key areas is, of course, developer experience, developer acquisition. So on the DevX, I believe people are aware of Audra and, all these frameworks that are aimed to abstract the difficulty to build on Casper and making it much easier. There's lots of available documentation around Audra, so maybe you can share that. In terms of developer acquisition, we're going to transform the Dev Rewards grant program, although we've been able to collaborate with quite a few developers on Casper through this program. So we're going to evolve it, and it's going to be, we're investigating how to make it a kind of badge system where certain achievements get you a certain grade and badge in terms of a developer in Casper. You get associated benefits and rewards that are very, interesting, not only CSPR tokens, but, other benefits. In terms of our ecosystem, and, I'm just going to mention 4 areas where we're laser focused. And these ones are, a gasless experience on Casper, stablecoins on Casper, DeFi, primitives, and gaming. So these are core areas of focus for the ecosystem. And what that means is, for gasless experience, so there is a grant that's called the Casper Gas Station. It's going to be open source code for any DApp to use to create a gasless experience on Casper. That means that end users are not submitted to gas fees. They don't see it. They don't need it to get started with an application. And on the DApp builder side, they can work with a relayer to buy the gas fees and basically have a predictable way of knowing how much gas fees they need every month or every period of time. So there is open source code available. There's also going to be probably a SaaS subscription model where you can work with a relayer that's going to provide the gas fees and you're going to pay a monthly fee for it. This is very nice, and it's going to work seamlessly with the update from Condor. Then the second thing that I'm focusing on is, of course, stablecoins with our team. So we're working with the Sarson Fund team to have a CSPR USD. They've already started building. They have a grant, and they're using a third party to build the technical part, including multi-sig client API dashboard. Sarson Fund has already also secured their funds with a US custodian bank. And they will issue the equivalent of $250,000 in CSPR USD. And they will also contribute another $250,000 in liquidity on Casper DEXs. And we have the first iteration on testnet already. We're also basically investigating a Euro stablecoin with a institutional provider. So I'll share more details about that when we have a formal agreement. Then in terms of DeFi, of course, what I've explained to everybody is that we've been building all the primitives and the infrastructure since, last 2 years. So we have AMMs and DEXs already. We're adding more. We have oracles like Fluidify, and Redstone is building also their oracle. In terms of bridges, .oracle is now called Paradiso. And we'll have RocketX as well in terms of facilitating asset transfer on the network. So we have a good base. We just also added Alchemy Pay in terms of on-ramp, off-ramp. So from this base, we have also a dedicated team that's assessing the gaps, the liquidity needs, mapping also all the investors. So there's a lot of Casper investors potentially that could provide liquidity for a network. So we're doing a full mapping of these investors, how much they want to contribute, under which circumstances, etc. And once the gap assessment is done, we will also then get all the DeFi protocols that we see as, beneficial for the network onto Casper. We're focusing mainly to start with on liquid staking and restaking. So that's gonna, bear some fruits. In terms of gaming, you've talked about it, Maciej. Beast League is really an amazing Web2 game, AAA game that's super addictive, super polished. And it's gonna soon be live with the Web3 elements all built on Casper. It's seamlessly integrated with the Make CSPR suite of products. So we are super excited for that. It's really, almost everything is ready. It's really a decision of when to launch, etc. in terms of the Web3 elements. So we're supporting that team. And then we have many other games launching on Casper. Tornado Master that we've been building in partnership with, they built it actually, Jump Trade and Guardian Link. So that's very exciting. There is also a future game that's going to work with Roblox. We'll be able to share details later. That's built by Casper Dash and will include this gasless experience, by the way. And then finally, Sutton Garden, lots of different projects coming on gaming, more to come. But until Condor and until we have a fuller platform, we're just trying to execute and get things live on the Casper network. In terms of, what gets measured gets better, I think it's very interesting. So we're tracking every month our activity across many different KPIs, one being average daily deploys, and we see a big uptake. By the way, in January, we removed the inscription from this stat. So even outside of inscriptions, we see an uptake in activity. Of course, we really want to get to bigger numbers, but I think it's very interesting that we're tracking all these KPIs on Casper and making sure they go in the right direction. Also with wallets, we see clear uptake in the number of wallets and meaningful wallets. So this is one of our priorities, and we see an upward trend, which is also very nice. Thanks for having me, Maciej. It was very nice.